Hello, everybody. My name is Lindsay Lundvall, and I am here to talk to you about some warning signs that you might notice in some of the members of your life group, or maybe the people that are in your life in general. But before I do that, I wanted to first come before you and just let you know that what we're going to talk about can be pretty heavy, and that you are absolutely not alone in this. It is okay to feel a little bit nervous when discussing this topic. And I want you to remember that the Lord is always with you. You are never alone stepping through difficult conversations or things with people. But also, I want to always refer, if you are ever in a situation where you don't know what to do, or you're confused, or you've kind of hit a roadblock and you're not sure what the next step would be, I would direct you to contact any of the pastors on staff here at New Life. They can help. And then if they feel like even extra outside help is needed, that's what they are here for, is to help walk you through that. So some of the signs to look for, there can be some verbal cues and some indirect nonverbal cues, as well as some indirect verbal cues. So when somebody is struggling, they might not know how to verbalize that. And so they might actually come out and say things like, I want to die, or I want to harm myself. Those would be some pretty direct verbal cues that somebody might say. An indirect verbal cue might be a phrase such as, I just wish everything would go away. I can't take this anymore. I would like to fall asleep and never wake up. Those would be some more indirect nonverbal cues that somebody might say. And typically we might kind of brush over those, but those are signs that they're reaching out for help. Some other non-verbal things to really pay attention to might be life group attendance. Maybe somebody who has been consistently attending your life group suddenly stops coming. They just no-show, you're unable to contact them. That would be a nonverbal cue, behavioral sign that you might see. Some others would be a change in their mood, their personality, and it could be from one extreme to the next. Maybe there's somebody who is super upbeat and positive and happy all the time, and you might see a shift in that. It might also be somebody who's really kind of just mellow and even keel a lot, and you see a sudden shift where they're super bubbly and super upbeat and happy. Any type of change in mood or personality that you notice over time, that can be a nonverbal cue. I say all that, it's a lot of information, but I say all that to say a lot of times people who are really struggling, they don't know how to come out and directly ask for help. And so they can do that kind of a backdoor way without really asking for help. They're wanting your help, but they don't really want to come and say, I need some help. And it's our job as life group leaders and as Christian mentors to be able to pay attention, to be good listeners to the people that are around us, not only just in our life groups, but just people in general that we come in contact with, maybe in our family, in our place of work, wherever we are. And I think the first thing is to be a listener to those people, to reach out to them and ask, and you can directly say, hey, I've noticed some changes in your behavior. Are things going okay? And know that, quite honestly, their answer might be like, oh yeah, I'm fine, I'm good. And if that is their answer, which it most likely will be, to keep pressing it and say, hey, I'd really like to continue to visit with you. And if possible, I'd like to even recommend that maybe you see somebody else who could help you with this. And at that point, I'd recommend offering them to come and talk to one of the pastors here at New Life as a start. And then if they tell you that they do have a plan and unfortunately they are contemplating suicide, that would be a time to recommend that even to go with them, that you will stay with them, you will go with them to an appointment, you will come with them here to the church to visit with a pastor. But I think the important thing is they feel that they are not alone in the process, that they have somebody that can step them through that. So I know that's a lot to take in, but it's just more to just be aware of the things that people are saying to you that normally we might just let kind of go in one ear and out the other, to really pay attention to people who might be struggling and might just need somebody to first, it might even just be that they just need somebody to listen to them. So those would be some signs as to when you might need to refer somebody to either a pastor here at church or even a professional counselor.